Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I am Nina and it's been a while since we've done a manifestation video, right? So I thought I'd hop on here and have a little chit chat about a few or maybe this basic principle of manifestation, right? And that is the power of choice. Okay, so I know there are not a lot of videos that cover this aspect of it, but I think it's so important when you're trying to manifest something or when you're attracting something into your life to understand this principle. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. When you choose one thing, you choose the absence of another thing, or of its most of the time its opposite. So, say for example, you're trying to manifest a 1,000,000 rand. Okay, rand, my currency, $1,000,000. Okay, let's keep it international. So, let's say you're trying to manifest $1,000,000 into your life in a space of 3 years. Okay, and you choosing that is you choosing to say $100,000 is not going to be enough. Okay. You choosing a 1,000,000 is you not choosing 100,000, if that makes sense. So when you commit yourself to one thing, you exclude the other options. Okay. Maybe a simpler example is maybe you're manifesting a house, or a home or whatever. You choosing one particular home is you excluding the other homes. You choosing this particular goal is you excluding other goals. Okay? You're not going to manifest a home and at the same time manifest a $1,000,000 car and at the same time manifest a holiday. You may need to prioritize one, and once you've accomplished that one, move on to the next one. So when you choose one particular goal to focus on, or when you choose one particular direction, you exclude the other ones. If you're choosing to buy a home, you're not going to sit online or go to open houses for rentals because you are choosing to purchase, to buy, right? Unless if part of your plan involves renting for a couple of months, then you're still choosing to buy in the long term. But you have to be clear. You have to be clear about which path you're walking. You will not be able to walk more than one path at the same time on certain things. So you have to be clear because sometimes, say for example, you're manifesting a relationship with a specific type of person. Say you're manifesting a relationship with a healthy person. That is a priority to you, okay? Other things are important, to you as well, but he has to be healthy. That's the basis, that's the foundation. And you then are met with situations or circumstances with people that are able to offer you everything else except the healthy aspect of it. And that was a deal breaker for you. If he is not healthy, I don't want to be in a relationship with him. That is a deal breaker. Okay. Now, when you are clear about me choosing a healthy person means I am canceling out or I am discounting all of the unhealthy potentials who may have 80% of what's on my list, but if they're not healthy, I can't do it. That is my preference. Okay. So by choosing that, I am unchoosing essentially the other ones. And it doesn't mean they're not going to come. But if I'm not clear, I'm not going to be able to tell the difference. But if I'm clear, I'm going to be able to say, oh, the conversation is wonderful. Oh, the connection, blah, blah, blah. but I noticed ABC, which lets me know that he is not a healthy individual. He may not be physically healthy, he may not be emotionally healthy, he may not be mentally healthy. Do you know what I mean? There's just so many levels. And once you pick those things up, some people call them red flags. Once you pick those red flags up, then that's where the power of choosing comes in. That's when you say, oh man, I was having such a great time, this, that, and the next thing, but I cannot continue because my deal breaker is A, B, and C, and that's exactly what's presenting itself over here. I can't do it. Okay. That's the power of choice. And once you choose in that particular way, then you become more refined in being able to pick certain things up. And by the time you choose something at the end, you know you made the right choice because you knew how to discount or deselect the other options that were not in line with what you were looking for. So this is a very important part of manifesting because I know what happens a lot of the time is you have this great, desire, say a house, right? You have this great desire to buy a house. Maybe you want to have, your house by the end of the year. And that's really your burning desire. You can feel it. You have to understand that you choosing a house may mean sometimes you will not go shopping because saving that money for your future is going to be more important than what should be, that immediate gratification. Sometimes it means you're not going to be able to hang out with your friends and you won't even be able to tell them why because you're saving. Sometimes it means you won't be able to help people out that you usually help out because you have to prioritize your savings. You have to prioritize your credit score. Sometimes it may mean having to get a second job or start a side hustle that's going to take up whatever free time you may have. It's going to mean some sort of sacrifice because when you choose to have that, along the way, you will have to choose to not have other things. Sometimes you're going to have to stop being friends with certain people because they are the type of people that will drain you financially. You can't reach your goals, your financial goals, while they're next to you because they drain you financially. So you may need to temporarily or permanently break certain ties because choosing your goal will mean there needs to be a word like unchoosing. Isn't there a word like unchoosing? I feel like there should be. But I'm going to say unchoosing because it sounds great. Choosing one thing is unchoosing another. So if you want to have better friends that are more up class, more sophisticated, more refined, have more refined taste and more refined behavior and all of that kind of stuff. If you are choosing those kinds of friends, you are saying that the other types of friends, as much as they may be more fun, but you are not choosing them. Because if you're going to try and do both worlds, it's a mess. It's a mess. And a lot of people, because they don't want to let go of certain things, they try and they live in this double world. You cannot. If you're choosing to buy a house, you cannot be looking at rentals. You just can't. Like, what are you doing? If you're looking to, start dating, and you want men that are going to buy you flowers, take you to dinner, buy you gifts or whatever, you can't go with guys that want you to split the bill. What are you doing? You're choosing the one over the other. Like you're choosing one, you can't have both. If they say tea or coffee, you can't just be like, give me both. You have to choose one, and the one that you're choosing means you can't have the other one. So be very mindful when you say, oh, I want A, B, and C. It's like even a job, when you say, oh, I want a better paying job. Okay, if you want a better paying job, you're probably going to have to do more than what you do at your current job. You can't be doing basically what you're doing right now and be getting paid more somewhere, because these are two different paths. If you want a better paying job, you have to up your skills, right? And if you're upping your skills, it means there's certain things that you can't get involved in anymore. You know, when you climb in the corporate ladder, you're not knocking off at 5 and going to go have drinks with your friends at the bar down the road. Oh no. You're staying in the office till 9. You're choosing that over this. When you're starting your business, you're not waiting for a paycheck. You're leaving the paycheck behind, and you're saying, I'd rather work 24 hours straight and keep all of that to myself than work for 8 hours a day and be told this is how much I can have. You can't have both. You can't have a paycheck, but you're not. And that's what a lot of people do. Oh, I want to be with this man, but I want to have the benefits of that relationship. Why can't I make it work? Because these are two different paths. You've chosen tea. You want coffee. You really wanted coffee, but you chose tea. Then you wonder why it's not doing what coffee does. And you can never make tea into coffee. You can't. And vice versa. So if you choose, you have to choose wisely. That's basically what I'm saying. Whatever you say you think you want, choose wisely. Because it's going to require the sacrifice of what you don't want, which you may secretly still be, tied into and still holding onto and still, oh, more cuddles. It's like waking up to exercise. Now, this is me over here. I'm going to wake up and exercise. I promise. I'm going to get up. I can see myself. I can see it. I can see it. I'm going to run around the block. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then when morning comes, it's like, oh, I didn't factor in that I'd have to leave my bed. If I choose to do that, that means I have to choose to not be in my bed. And if I choose to be in my bed, that means I'm choosing to not be physically fit. It's a choice. So we all have these little choices to make every day. Some are more detrimental than others. Some are easier to make than others. Some are, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But you feel like this is, I can do better than this. It's all up to you in your life how you want to prioritize your goals, what you want to achieve first, what is more important, what you can live without, all of that. But whatever you choose, and even choosing to not change, is not choosing change. You can't complain about it then because you chose it, right? So whatever you choose to manifest, whatever you choose to attract, whatever you choose to live with, whatever you choose to do in your day, whatever you choose to be mindful of the fact that every choice, takes you away from another alternative. You can never exist in two worlds at the same time. So be mindful of that. And when things come your way, you have to have that discernment to say, okay, this is not in accordance to my ultimate goal. So I'm going to have to move it away. Hard as it may be. As much as it's been a part of my identity for the past 10, 15 years, I'm not taking it with me. And this, I've never done this before, but I'm choosing to see what life is like with this. Okay. And maybe it's going to be as fantastic as it sounds. maybe it's going to be a mess, but I'd rather go in this direction and find out. So that's the power of choice. And that's how you manifest much quicker, because then your brain is not doing a tug of war of, oh, but if I do this, then I can't do that. Am I really going to let go of that? If you are 100% or at least 80%, to be honest, to be fair, if you're at least 80% clear, it becomes easier to balance that tug of war. But if you're not clear about what choosing one thing means in relation to losing another thing, that tug of war becomes excruciating, and your muscle memory, which is also in your brain, the neurons that are already wired together, that's like your brain muscle memory. That's going to take you back to what you used to, what you said you didn't want anymore. So awareness is really going to help you with manifesting much quicker. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share. And I hope this video was helpful. If it was, you know what to do. Do the right thing. Give me a thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And let me know what other topics you guys want me to cover in relation to law of attraction manifestation, and also in relation to dating, because you know that's what we do over here. And until I see you guys in the next video, take care of yourselves, okay? And I'll see you soon.